Steve, from the madness of Christmas to the madness of January.
And the magic of the FA Cup, in it, and that could be madness as well, because there's shocks in every round of the FA Cup, away from the teams that started back in August. Some of them are still here today, and so from that point of view, it's a brilliant feeling. We get a break from league action, which we're desperately keen to do, and a release from those pressures. But because of Maidstone's place in the pyramid and the lowest ranked team, then it's all expectation then goes to us, so the pressure comes to us. But it's the FA Cup, it's magical.
George Alakobi, of course, he's only been in the job for a year, but he's done such a good job there and brought all his playing experience into the club.
I've still got strikers who are suffering with calf injuries from George. Yeah. He's an infectious character, isn't he? He's done a brilliant job. I think he went into the football club when they were in pretty much disarray at Maidstone. And when I was Joe's boss, I used to go and watch Maidstone when they were playing midweek, and had a good affinity for them. So it'd be nice to formally meet George, if you like, although he's played against my teams. But he's done a great job in any team that could be at the high end of their league, and that's a tough league. Whatever we say, it's a tough league, and can beat Barrow, and as convincingly as they did beat Barrow. Because if we were playing Barrow on Saturday, we'd know how tough it is, so we have to understand how tough tomorrow will be.
And it will be obviously a huge day for the town of Maidstone. Similarly for the town of Stevenage as well, because everybody has memories of last season.
Yeah, very much so. I think I've been blessed over the years to have some magical FA Cup memories that'll be with me and my family and everyone around me forever. So we understand what it means to the football club of Maidstone, to the new owners, to George, his players. I've been in that situation many, many times. I've been in that dressing room. I know it. I know the feeling. I know the anticipation. I know what they want to create. And we've got to go there and make sure that we're not a headline on Sunday morning. We lose the game, we're a headline. And so we need to protect ourselves and make sure we do enough that when we leave Maidstone, on early evening on Saturday, we're in the next round somehow.
So on a 3G pitch, does that affect your training and your team selection?
Well, we'll train on a plastic pitch this morning. Listen, it's a leveller. It's not one of the better ones. I don't think George or any staff proclaim it to be. So it's difficult in its own right. But you know what? A lot of our players will have grown up playing on 3 and 4G pitches. That's where the game is the younger players are in the game now. But we won't think too much about that. We'll think we have to earn the right to play on whatever surface it is. And that's one thing when you become the manager of Leeds United and you work for somebody like Massimo Cellino. He talked about Leeds United can play in a car park, and there is expectation for levels of performance, for levels of application, for levels of effort. And that's every football club I've managed post working for Massimo and Leeds. I've tried to take it to the club where we have to be prepared for any eventuality. And we know the issues it'll bring, we know how tough it'll be, but we have to get our mindset to win the game.
Would you have any players who won't play on that surface?
Yeah, there'll be a couple. We won't obviously tell George and them that Maidstone know who they are. They'll know when they see the team sheet. That's the situation with everyone. I was speaking to the Barrow manager today, earlier this morning, and Pete said to me they left 2 or 3 players out when they went to Maidstone because they didn't want to leave them out. Let me be clear what Pete said. They didn't want to leave them out, but he left them out in fear that those players could be out for months post the played on that pitch. So we're not expecting any issues. We're not expecting to use it as an excuse. The worst thing I could do is lose tomorrow and start blaming the pitch. We know what the pitch was from the minute we came out of Port Vale. And let's be honest, this is a free hit. As much as it's a free hit for Maidstone, it's a free hit for us. We should have been out of Port Vale. You score in the 96 plus minutes and you score 119 minutes to stay in it and then win it in penalties, then it tells you that somebody's given us a free hit. But we know what the prize is. The prize is the 4th round. The 4th round could be another challenge, like another club in League 2, League 1. But equally, it could be like we had at Aston Villa.
You've had a tough ride so far in the Cup, haven't you? 3 games. They've all been tough in different ways.
Yeah, they're all tough. I think we've always said when the games come, when you're drawn against Tranmere, you think, oh, look at Tranmere's form since us. Look at it. Nigel will certainly be manager of the month for sure. And They played Barrow tomorrow, speaking to Pete, and he said, wow, the transformation at Tranmere since they played you guys. And then we looked at Port Vale, and Port Vale's an excellent side, aren't they? Good manager, brilliant owner, and Dave Flickcroft. They do a great job. So we counted our chickens and prayed to the heavens above when we came out of Port Vale. We don't hide that. We didn't deserve to go through in the cup tie, but we did. We've got to make sure we do enough tomorrow to go through in the cup tie.
And how's your squad looking?
Yeah, good. We're in a good place. There's only the young Reese and young Kane Smith who are not available for selection. The rest are, all bar a couple of players who have. They don't take themselves out of selection. They let it be known that they've had issues playing on that surface before, long after the game they played in. So as a manager, I'll have to take account of that.
Move on to the transfer window, of course, is opened. We've seen 3 players move out already. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, 100% my thoughts is I had a long dialogue with our chairman, who's back in the country today, but long dialogue with the chairman just leading up to the opening of the window. And of course, I was with Leon Hunter for many years yesterday. So I've now parked that now. I'm not going to even ask him today where we are in the latest negotiations. We'll pick that up on Sunday. We have to have all our focus on Maidstone. And I would be shorting my players and shorting this football club and our supporters and everyone around me if I don't have the full focus on the challenge ahead tomorrow. But we will add to the squad in the January window. It's more important we add the right ones rather than trying to do it hastily and adding the wrong ones.
Obviously, speculation has been rife about young Terence Van Kooten, who's been left out of the squad the last couple of games. Can you clear up anything on that?
No, Terence had a little niggle when we come out of Port Vale, when we left him at Maidstone, and then the team had a couple of really good performances. And Terence has been training. He's trained really well. He'll be training this morning. He's on the coach to Maidstone. We love T. We absolutely love him. He was simply stunning at Barnsley, and I mean stunning. But in that game, he picks up a little niggle. So we just need to make sure, like we've done with other players, that we allow sufficient time that niggle is completely gone, and they're not playing at 80%, because there's no player in that dressing room opposite me who's good enough to play at 80%. And but he's 100% fit now. And
the 3 players that have left, maybe might consider themselves a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, listen, you look at young Harrison Neal, we just said, we're playing a team tomorrow very similar to Burton Albion playing by a country mile. Harrison Neal was man of the match against Burton Albion, but they got an opportunity to move to Paul Simpson. The kid round me up, he spoke me through, he had 3 options. He spoke me through them and he asked me my opinion. I have to say, I suggested Carlisle out the 3 options, because he's going to a good manager, big club, big support base, new ownership, everything's right for Harrison up there. Young Hedgie come in, did really well for us at West Ham, did really well. And then at one point we had to almost make a call on it, whether it was Ashby Ahmed or Hedgie. And at this minute in time, if I said it was a short head, if it was a horse race, it's a short head that Tay got the shirt, but he's done well enough to keep it. And young Charlie McNeil come in, and then Mazel, and then the little niggle, and then the strikers were scoring, so that made it more difficult. But 3 great lads, and I'm sure we'll be playing against Harrison for sure, and maybe Hedgie and maybe Charlie as well, because certainly Hedgie, I understand he's talking to a couple of League One clubs, and they're all great kids. We wish them well.
And I get you've already you said that there's kind of no rush, but obviously the goalkeeping situation, you've only got the one keeper now. I guess that's another opportunity for a youngster.
Well, we've got young Riley with us tomorrow. He's very competent. He trains with us most days. And the last time we promoted a young goalkeeper over above him, of course, Riley was injured, and then he was away with England. So he's 2 weeks ago he's in the England under-20 camp, which include a host of goalkeepers that are playing throughout the Football League and at big clubs as well, in terms of number 2s and number 3s. So we got him, but we're in talks with a couple of clubs now about strengthening in the department to give Tay some real fierce competition, if that could be the word we use. But I would have no qualms if we have to introduce Riley at some stage tomorrow or next week, if we've not got our business done.
And finally, the Stevenage fans, only I think around 500 of them will be there tomorrow, but you'll certainly be hearing them.
Yeah, you will. Our fans have been brilliant. Away from home, they've been tremendous for us. There'll be a great atmosphere tomorrow. I've been at Maidstone in midweek nights where there's been 3,000-4,000 there, and they're loud and they're proud. Maidstone back in the day was a big football club. They told me I'm too young to remember those days, tongue in cheek, but they'll be in full voice. We just got to go there and deal with a real difficult cup tie. We went to Gateshead last year and we went to Kingsdown last year. Both really tough places to go. And Maidstone's right up with them tomorrow.